It's a little too fast to catch, so I'll show it to you a little bit slower, but our ball turns, the ladder comes up on the fire truck, the drumming bear on the left moves his arm just a little. This spread has an idea that just popped into my head during a creative telephone meeting with Drew and Aaron. Aaron had drawn the picture for this spread with a very large hill that went essentially from one outside edge of one page to the outside edge of the other page. I tried to think of clever ways to make that work, but I wasn't coming up with a good solution. And I made a drawing and emailed it saying, this is about as big as I think we can make the hill, but it gives us a lot of negative space on the ground. We'd have to figure out what to do with that. The pond for the bucket is on the left, that I talked about earlier, and I thought we could have a footpath leading up to the hill on the right to balance that. And I thought it would also be nice, since we have water on the left, to put some water on the right. And immediately I envisioned this all in one moment, where there would be water in a pond and there would be fish in the pond, and the fish, of course, should swim. This next slide shows our creative director, Drew Forrester's favorite piece of paper engineering in the book. I should point out that the dish and spoon no longer dances around the tree when you pull the slide. It was a casualty of our cost cutting. Another one was the sheep on the inner tube. Instead of being an element that glides down the river by himself when you open the spread, he's printed on the page. It's a small price to pay to keep the look of the book, and each of those elements had a tremendous amount of paper inside the page. The fish swimming in the pond was a bit too precious for Drew to let that one go, so we held on to that. A couple of close-ups of our spread 4, climbing every mountain there. Oh, this was a local joke. Drew and Aaron were talking to me on the phone one day, and we were tossing ideas around, and I heard them saying something to themselves. They were together in the same room, and I didn't quite catch it, but they were laughing. And one said, "I don't know if he knows what that is." And the other one said, "Andy, do you know what sheep's head is?" And I'd never heard of it. Well, in Wisconsin, it's a form of poker, and it's called sheep's head. So, of course, the sheep had to be playing sheep's head in the cave. This is my favorite piece of art in the book. The mountain behind the mountain that supports the cable car is a sheep. There's his mouth and nostrils and eye and ear as hoofs over the peaks. That's the genius of Aaron Boyd, and always amazing to me. The outline shape I had created, and the next thing I saw coming back was this sheep, as though it were made for that outline. It was just incredible what he could do with anything I gave him. This is a still photo of spread 5. It's on a different plane. Drew wanted to get a little variety in there and have the reader tip the book in different directions, so we changed the angle on this so you look at it straight on instead of having it stand up from the page. When you open this one, the king's horses and king's men on the right side of the page move. This set moves to the right, and this set moves to the left. There's a few other mechanical elements. If you reach over and unlatch the bottom door on the tower, and we just couldn't seem to get rid of those sheep. Turn the wheel. And you remember this from before. Right in here, buddy. This is our final pop-up spread in the book. And again, metaphor. It's a great image to denote the healthy growth of the company and to cultivate it and keep it growing well. And finally, our spread 7, the board of directors. Seven of them here, and the rest are hidden behind the door and the patch on the heel, the shutters. I thought it'd also be fun to have the stairs something like I remembered when I was a kid watching The Addams Family on television. So they put the CEO in there, and so here are the other 5 members. And not to lose sight of the fact that on some level it has to be an annual report. So here's a glimpse of the booklets, the image on the left being the closed booklet in the corner of the page. This is just 4 of the 6.